Hello and good morning, everybody. My name is Akila Mendez Valdez. I am the membership chair. Oh, no, I'm trying to steal your spot, Cynthia. I'm the marketing chair, but I am joined by our membership chair, Cynthia Parsons, today. Welcome, Cynthia.
Thank you. And that's okay because we all help each other out on the board.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm so excited to have you here with us today. Number one, to tell us a little bit about you and your business, but we've also got a very exciting membership drive going on right now that is keeping you very busy. So let's start off. If people have not had the pleasure of meeting you yet, tell us a little bit about you and your business.
Sure. I'm Cynthia Parsons, and I'm with Keller Williams Commercial as well as on the residential side. I have been doing real estate since 2014. A couple years ago, I decided that I wanted to get into the commercial side as well. Because I'm proud to say now, Cynthia Lee, who is our leader in the commercial side, has grown our brokerage on the commercial side so much that we are number one in terms of the number of agents and number two in volume. And I have an awesome mentor. It's all about Keller Williams. I really love Keller Williams City View and love doing the commercial and the residential. Before that, I was in healthcare and I took a lot of the skills that had to be applied because I was patient centered in the beginning. So it's all about customer service, competency, and really caring about your clients. So, kind of in a nutshell, that's it. I do have a lovely husband, Neil, who is from Britain, but last year he became a citizen of the United States. So, yeah.
Oh, very cool. Congratulations to him.
Thank
So,
you.
your journey to kind of finding Nowbo, we have a few ladies in the chapter that are in real estate, and I think it's so fun to see your guys' expertise also be able to help some of our members that are looking for commercial spaces, looking for their next home. Tell me a little bit more about kind of how you came to find Nowbo and join the chapter.
Sure. I was invited to NABO, I think back maybe in 14 or 15. And I just went to one of the functions. And at that time, I wasn't quite ready. I'd been in healthcare and really didn't know anything about networking. I decided to visit again on my own and went to a luncheon when they were holding it off of 410. And what was really cool is I was on my own. I didn't know anyone, but I was greeted by Pam Goebel, and she made me feel so welcome. And she said, "You have to sit at my table." And I just felt really welcomed. And after that lunch, I decided, sure, I'm going to join. I was very new at networking, but decided to give it a shot. So that's kind of how I found NABO. And that was in 2017 or late 16 when I joined. I'm an oldie in terms of membership with NABO. I jumped in. What I tell everyone who's thinking about joining NABO is you have to participate. If you think you're going to join and then build relationships or get business by, not attending very much or not getting involved, it's probably not a good fit for you. I belong to another networking group. It's very specific and nothing like NABO. But the founder, Dr. Ivan Miser's, one of his best quotes is, "Networking is farming, not hunting." And basically, if you apply that to NABO, it is relationship building, and it is really collaborating with others, even if it's within your same industry, because there's enough business out there for everyone. And so that's what I really liked about NABO, was making those connections. I did get very involved. I got into the membership committee. Before that, I was at the high school mentorship program. So I jumped in. So I tell people that if you really are looking for a woman's group that's going to support you, that you really want to get involved with, NABO's the place for you.
Yeah, 100%. So you, like you mentioned, you definitely did, jump in and get involved. You've been our membership chair for quite a bit of time. Walk me through maybe a few other ways that you've tapped into NALBO and been able to use some of the resources to benefit, you and your business.
Sure. So, and to say that since I've been here since 17, I have gotten, a significant amount of business from NABO, but it took a few years, and that's the farming and nut hunting. So I have, through those
Yeah.
relationships, I have a lot of friends, but I've gotten a lot of business, but it's taken a while, and that's okay, because to me, friendship's more important than getting the business.
Yeah.
So I think one of the great things is just we have so many networking opportunities. We have the summit every year. We have our monthly meetings. We have lunch connections and coffee connections, direct connect. Lots of opportunities, whether you like a big group or a small group. So definitely the networking, but also there's a lot of education. The summit is one, but we've got programs for every level. In terms of if you're beginning your business, as a matter of fact, we have an exciting new. It's not a new program. It's called Next Gen, but it had been really just for those women who were going to college. And now they've opened it up recently to women who have been in business for 1 to 3 years. And so the membership is only $120 for the year. So that is incredible. And there is so many educational opportunities, not just at the local level, but at the national level. There's opportunities for, live webinars. There is what is called the Institute, that you can go and get free educational pieces. There is a company that it's called Cultivate Advisors, and they offer a free 2-hour session to evaluate your business and help you along. And this is just a really small part of what we offer. And, I think it's, a great opportunity for women to feel supported. And this is really a great community to find that support.
Yeah, absolutely. So if we caught your attention, if you're watching today because you saw that, we were featuring Cynthia, if you happen to see that we were mentioning the membership drive, whatever brought you here today, we're going to talk quite a bit about that membership drive. So for someone who might not know yet, Cynthia, what is our membership drive? How does that differentiate itself between the rest of the year, when we're always happy to have new members coming in, but the membership drive is what specifically?
Well, going back to the history, we are celebrating our 50th year at the national level of being in existence. It was 1974 when some women got together and decided that they needed some support. As business women at the time, they couldn't even get a loan without a male co-signing the loan, even if it was their 18-year-old son. So we are celebrating 50 years at the national level. So the membership drive during this time, you save $50 or 50% off the application fee when you join. So that's the savings there, and it goes through September 1st through the end of November. The happy hour is going to be next Thursday, September 12th, from 6 to 8 at La Tida on 1604, and you can find this on the website. And what we try to do is we try to support our members as well. So one of our members owns La Tida, and she has graciously opened her place. She's actually closed early so that she can host us next week. And really, guests are free. You just come in and you learn about us. It's all about kind of getting to know all of the people in the room. It's not a hard sell. We talk probably for about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes of that full 2 hours. And Leah, the owner of La Tida, also has the opportunity to talk a little bit about her business because she's providing some of the food and the space. So it's really just a way to get a feeling of who we are. And then, lots of time to ask questions there. And then afterwards, because the drive goes until the end of November. Yeah, yeah.
And it's such a great time to join right now too, because I feel like a lot of us start to feel very swamped and strapped for time, at the end of the year. And to have kind of that network of women to support you through the end of the year if you join now. And then our spring is very, very exciting with our summit that you mentioned, and WBOA, our gala this year is going to be very exciting. So if you join now and you've got that kind of support through the end of the year to get you what you need in your business, but then also feel like you've got a community moving forward, I just think it's such a good, timing for a lot of women that are looking for something like this right now.
Yeah, and we're doing some special things the last quarter of the year in terms of our business bazaar in October. We're going to do a member night out to celebrate and thank our members for being a part of NABO. And then, of course, in December, we have our holiday party. So things that are going to be really fun the last quarter that will actually help take some of our stress off because we'll be surrounded by other women going through the same thing, but taking the time out to enjoy food and drink and friendship.
Yeah, 100%. So walk us through, if somebody's just now kind of learning about NALBO, if they're wanting to, join, but they go to the website, they go to check it out, and it's got all these different tiers, all these different options. Walk them through kind of how you explain how to decide what level would be best for you as a member.
Sure. So we have the next gen, which I mentioned before. Now, the next gen is for those women that are just coming in for the first time joining that have just started their business, so 1 to 3 years, and also those who are in school. So we have had some high school kids as well. But really, it's for college because you have to have that flexibility to be able to be part of, the NABO community. And so, you're going to look at it that way. So if you fit into those two categories, it's $120 for the next gen. Then you have your basic. And I really tell people, if you're not sure, just join basic. It's $120 less to join basic. There are some things you can't do, and I can get into detail about that if the person has questions. But if you're not sure, join as basic. Then there's a premier level. That's where they allow you to, do certain speaking engagements or facilitate one of our coffee connections or lunch connections. So different pieces there. There's a voting mechanism for that as well. And then there is a supporting member. And supporting member are those, the best example is those members who do not own a business, but really benefit from that networking. And so they can join as a supporting member because they have a lot of resources that they can offer us. And hey, we're all women. We want to support each other. So that's the supporting level. And I believe I've covered them all. I think the most important thing I'll say, if you're a supporting member, if you're very interested, let's say you work at a bank or a title company, at a lender, something like that, a marketing company, and you think you'd really benefit, call me personally and we'll have a walkthrough on what that supporting membership looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And kind of delineating when it makes sense to maybe be a corporate partner instead of a supporting member, kind of that world too, which is a different person on our board that handles the corporate partners. But
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Now, corporate partners is, doesn't fall under the membership, but we have some awesome partners. And I would mention some, but I don't want to leave out others. But I just want to say for all of you who are listening, we couldn't do it without you. They support us financially. There's no way that we could be a chapter if we didn't have our corporate partners. And then we also have our alliance partners. So those like SBA and Lift Fund and all these organizations that mainly are nonprofits that help our our members through whatever part of their business that they need.
Yeah. It really is, overwhelming at first that so many different routes you can go to get involved with NALBO or what membership level. But I think it's all just about making that decision to say yes and give it a go. Right off the bat, when you join as a member, we will start sending you a lot of information about being featured on our social media channels, getting your directory all set up. When you have your directory profile filled out, people can find you and search for you. And even as something as simple as saying, okay, I really need somebody in marketing, and finding somebody who can do that, find some options. I think that is one of the most powerful things. And of course, Christine, our executive admin as well, is wonderful about more specific questions and making those connections for you. If you can't find what you need, she's really, really good at saying, okay, yeah, this is who you need to speak to, or this is the member that would be able to help point you in the right direction.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, we do, as part of the membership committee, we do make phone calls to all of our new members and send an email out as well, welcoming them. And then also, when I was making one of the calls, someone felt like they hadn't connected enough. Part of it, truthfully, was because they didn't have the time, so they weren't going. But I asked, okay, what specifically do you do and what are you looking for? And so what I committed to was, I'm going to find individuals in that same industry that are running into the same issues that you are, have a conversation with them, make sure that they're okay with me sharing the information. And I was able to get her 5 or 6 individuals within our membership that are going through the same things that she's experiencing, with specific licensing of her business and the building and all the things that she has to deal with. So, that's definitely a plus too.
Yeah, 100%. It's so wonderful that you know our membership so well, that you can be such a great resource too. The other thing we have really, yeah. The other piece that we haven't touched on is, once you become a member, then you also have the option to sort of join almost like a small group. We have our Scale Up, Startup, we have our Million Up groups, we have Digital Up. And Digital Up has a few components where you can join if you're not a member yet. But we have our growth and development department that provides, again, kind of that like small group, more focused help and resources where you're meeting on a regular basis together. And it's kind of broken out by what level your business is at. So obviously, if you're a startup, you're in that very beginning stage. If you're a million up, you're a million up in annual revenue. And then Scale Up is kind of in that in-between phase. So what's the feedback that you get, Cynthia, when members are joining? What is it that they like about those programs, or what have they taken away from it, or what's been the feedback for those?
So the startup, hands down, people have just been so impressed. Now, that is a program that you don't have to be a member to join, but most of them join afterwards because they see all of the support that they get. Scale Up has been handled a little differently over the last couple of years since when I was in Scale Up, but I can say one member gave me feedback that she couldn't believe how much she learned and took back and applied to her business because she wanted to scale up but was overwhelmed. And the program really helped her to prioritize what she needed to do so that she could free herself to scale.
Yeah.
And she said, that was gold to have to be able to participate in that.
Yeah.
Million Up, I'm not in the Million Up yet, but yeah, the individuals that I know that are in Million Up, it's really just, a huge support group. So when you're at that level, you've got a lot of employees, you have, HR stuff overall, scaling your business even more, lots of challenges. And then you've got, you've got everyone at every level within that group that can help each other to get over whatever they're trying to get over, or if their challenge is growing their business, they can talk to someone who's already done it, to that next level. So I think there's a group there for everyone in NABO. And there's so many opportunities. So for each chair on the board, there are committees. So I have a membership committee. I have about 6 people on there. For me, it provides my committee members a way to reach out to a new member and introduce themselves and start that relationship, and possibly being a mentor for them on how to maneuver NABO in their first year. And then, of course, there's advocacy. So with that, which of course is what NABO was born for, right? They in 1974, they started it because they wanted to advocate for women. In late 96, 97, our founders here in San Antonio decided that it was time to, start a chapter here. And it's still very much advocacy based. So you're talking community, whether it's education and socioeconomic issues, legislative, of course, at the local, state, and national level. And then, of course, business growth. A lot of the education that NABO provides is about growth. And then health. We want to focus on health. We have a lot of responsibilities with being, a wife, a mother, and a business owner. And so we try to focus on the health piece too, because we've got to take care of ourselves and not just our family and our business. We have to put ourselves first. So there's tools to help us with that as well.
100%. And we've got Griselda, one of our members, when we were talking about Million Up, said #goal. And I think that's such a great comment that she made, because a lot of us feel that way, that to have our membership be so vast in terms of, some of us are just starting out, some of us are running $1 million+ businesses. For us to be able to kind of look and see women at different stages and say, okay, I can see my own, future growth because I can watch her and her success. It's such a huge advantage for our members to be able to have access to those ladies as well. So if you are curious about Million Up and you're watching this, we did a LinkedIn Live with Shannon Badger and Melissa Mastro Domenico about 2 weeks ago. So you can go check that out. And we really broke down the Million Up program in that conversation. So if you are in that category, in that elite level of women business ownership, feel free to check that out and learn more about that Million Up program. So Cynthia, what do you want people to know? If you only had 30 seconds to tell them, this is why NABO, this is the essence of what you are receiving as a member, what would you say to a lady who's considering joining?
I think the biggest thing is that you're going to receive support, whether it's just needing someone else to talk to that understands how it is to be a woman business owner. And I think the other thing is, there are a lot of people, because we have over 200 members right now, and especially at our monthly meetings, it can be overwhelming, is that I didn't know anything about networking or, being in these big crowds with, impressive women who've done so much, is don't get overwhelmed. Come in, put yourself out there, reach out even to one person. And, through that will grow. So you'll get all of your support that you need in terms of education, advocacy, and, friendship. And so if you're looking for kind of a great organization that can wrap all that up in a nice little ball, like nice little gift, that would be NAVO, because I was, scared and intimidated because I didn't network. And NAVO helped me to get out of that shell and become one of the best connectors, I would say, just because I love connecting people. And I didn't even know that was a passion of mine until I joined NAVO.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're so good at it. And we're so grateful for all of your efforts in that membership role. And I think you said it perfectly. It is a gift to be a NALBO member, because even if you pour in and decide, okay, I want to get involved, I want to give these things, you will receive so much more from just the women who approach you at a meeting and check in with you. How are you? Not just from a, superficial, hey, I'm just saying hi so I can tell you my spiel or my, hunting as your
Yeah, I was going to say, it goes right back to the hunting, because if you're hunting,
yes, exactly.
It's not going to work.
It is not at all that type of community. It is much more so like, actually, truly tell me, how are you? How can I support you? And I think there's just been so many times throughout my time as a member that I've had a question or a need, or, had something, a issue I was struggling with in my business. And it never fails that there is somebody in NAWBO who can help and is not only able to help, but willing to help. And I think that's such a critical component too.
Yes.
So absolutely. And Griselda is leaving us a great testimonial here too. She said she definitely feels the support and knows that she's not alone with her NAWBO sisters. So
awesome.
Thank you so much, Cynthia, for joining us. Give us a quick recap. Obviously, if folks are curious, they can scan that QR code right above us and go straight to our membership page to find out more about NAWBO and joining as a member. But give us a quick recap of membership drive, our membership happy hour, all that good stuff as we wrap up.
So it is next Thursday, September 12th from 6 to 8 o'clock at La Tida on 1604 between Blanco and Stone Oak. And there are going to be all kinds of teas that Leah is going to serve. Of course, there's going to be some wine and other nice drinks there. And then Leah is going to introduce us to some of the foods that she serves there. And really, it's all about getting to know the people that are there a little bit and who we are. And then we talk for about 10 minutes about NAWBO. And then that's it. It's just like, hey, reach out to Christine or I, and you can just Google my name, Cynthia Parsons. You will find my phone number. As a commercial and residential realtor, I'm out there. And I'd be happy to help you and answer questions, and we can determine together whether or not it would be something good for you to invest in. One quick more thing that I forgot. You can sign up as one full payment, or you can pay monthly. Now, it doesn't mean that you're not committed for a year. You are, but then you just pay monthly payments. So that really helps those individuals that don't maybe have the budget, to spend for a basic or a premier right off the bat. So again, any questions, get in touch with me and use that QR code.
Yeah, that's a great point. I'm so glad you brought up the payment plan, because I think that's helped a lot of our members feel like it's a cost they can actually manage at that point. So, as Cynthia mentioned, membership drive goes all the way through November 30th. So by all means, take a look at our website, find out more, reach out to Cynthia, reach out to Christine. You will save that $50 off of your application fee. So it is a nice little perk, but on top of that, you're joining at a great time as our chapter is growing and evolving into providing bigger and better things for our members all the time. So we would love to have you, would love to welcome you. And we've got several events in that time frame until November 30th, where you could even come and check us out, see if you like it, see what you think, even beyond the membership happy hour. But that'll be the best event to attend and find out truly what membership is all about. So,
And if you're a guest and hesitant, bring another friend with you that's in business, and
yes.
so that you're bringing a friend along.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Cynthia, for joining us. Thank you for all
Thank
of the hard
you.
work that you do. Our
You
board
as
is
well.
all volunteer. As
Yes,
you
it's all volunteer.
know, it is definitely a working board, as we say often, but we all feel very passionately about our different departments. So thank you so much and have a great weekend.